So welcome to Rich Opoko TV. And then so say her health at home common na yedi. Na enem nsa ka midwife kama pa be dey ba betwetwe nkomo. In fact, my bread pants and I'm in second. And I'm sure you're going to enjoy the conversation today. Welcome, sis.
Thank you very much.
All right, and thanks for coming to the platform to educate people. So they will say I start not just and then come on the yeah. Until you can introduce you one viewers na
Should I say midwife Bridget Spray don't call. And I work at Global. So today I'm your guest.
Welcome once again to the channel. All right, it's a topic no. Say the medical new din komo na ye kasa, a person kasa mfa dangers a one neonates. Na me ano me midwife, ti nipa no request ye gra na neonates no minimum de kro. Enti no, ye best start here free say ye kasa neonate why and at what stage and they kasa we neonates.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be a baby is a neonate. Means from the first hour of birth to 4 weeks.
Okay.
That's a month. Yeah, retire a month. From the first hour of birth to a month.
Okay.
I know you're neonate.
I know you're neonate.
Unqualified.
Unqualified. Yeah. So before this interview, I was reading something. I saw something like newborn, neonates, infants, and one other word. I forgot. I think there are some stages and some are crana baby penny.
Yeah.
And see, I saw something like the difference between neonates and infants. See, I don't know. They're here now. They're here penny.
Oh, as I said earlier, a newborn as somebody who is born within the first 24 hours is considered a newborn.
Okay.
At the ancient,
all right.
A newborn. And when we say a neonate, that's what we're talking about. From the first, that's the first hour of birth to 4 weeks.
To 4 weeks.
And when we say infants extend beyond that.
Okay.
A free time I want to 1 to 3 years is considered an infant.
Okay.
If you are not connected to or do adulthood, that time
okay, that means neonate is a chain infant and a subset of infants in a way.
Yeah, because it's within
the infants.
Yes,
okay.
We can count them as infants.
Okay, thank you. How important is it say Obia what started say with your conversation but now like how important is this topic? How relevant it is?
Okay. You see, pregnancy we say starts from preconception to you deliver. It doesn't end there.
Okay.
Obi beko bo so me nkunu akwantu mu how obre na wawo. Na the expectations are there. Obi awo pese owo dachi bi. I believe we plan even if it's unplanned for obi awo dachi bi and obi awo bibi a wabo no for ne ba na wawo no. People have dreams for their babies and everything. Na bo so me nkunu echi oba wo ba no na bibi ntie bia we free wonsa. I believe no mother will want that.
Okay.
You can't say danger signs in neonatal. You didn't say who he say. Mommy, dear, especially the banana say the baby has been accepted. Not what the Kabusian who I feel be I used to baby nephew. I don't think it's something every mother would want. It's a way now. A woman with the necessary care. I was all random out, but I said they are banning me. Okay. I won't for how be
okay, until we are aware of these signs, one more to be according to the
but some deaths are avoidable. Okay. It's very painful to lose a baby to something you knew you could have prevented.
Okay. All right. I get it. So now let's get to our main topic. This interview is very brief but educative. And educated, bro. For no one fan interview in a very short. By education, the woman no essence. So, oh, your banner, your bear, man. I say why you are doing so. Be one quantity. Who be here so be take time. Now we see and some na ye barbecan. Now you call your main discussion for this evening.
Me about your discussion and that's danger signs in unit. We are summarizing. They say Ghana be who say abophobia de here, and we are trying to prevent infant mortality.
Okay.
In the no kwaya dey that by no kokoso that I would do hu djuma so dey ya. If possible we can eradicate it.
Okay.
And say oba bia oye bia opemfo bia wo kraka we is used when you are pregnant. From your pregnancy till say baby no be weighing. So let's say the mother will use it from pregnancy till the child is 5 years before this book is what completed.
Wow.
Now, we share book next year. Yamayan the danger signs that when we see to be a newborn mother cry and yending, and now you'll be our that done right and study because that done in the book we have the signs that when are visible. We tell the mother and say on Panembra Hospital. I believe the town of the capture.
Okay, sure. Yeah, the better screen is one
we have the hospital. That means when we see these signs now, you're fun snappy. When you are there, mother, and I say, if your doctors able treat. This sign means the woman rush the baby to the nearest hospital for treatment. Mm-hmm. So let's say we are taking the first one, which is yellow skin or eyes.
Okay.
Yes. Over na odini coffee. Mostly, I am not SVD no. They have operation as in Ghana here mostly they spend about 6 hours to 24 hours at the hospital. So the first sign is mostly not present at the hospital near treatment. Your mama than coffee. Sometimes because of our system, maybe your mother name breastfeed cry your man.
Okay.
Then we do the normal education. But mother no go feed na breast milk number, what is she supposed to do? But what we have to know is that the feed and everything sometimes is not able to, let me say, fight this jaundice. That's the presence of the yellow eyes and the skin. When you see this, sometimes you won't know as a eyes no visible in the extremities or the skin. What we advise is mother no bet me anopa ewiana ebono. Let me the baby na for about 15 to 30 minutes, then you send the child back inside. You can do that for let's say a week. You realize that yellowish eyes near the air. Now say breastfeeding here. But when you realize that yellow eye deep, it's not ignorable. When we sending me treat the skinning now yellowish, what we advise is don't treat it. It's not treatable in the house. One way now you could do that stage now, but this year's baby in the hospital. And the treatment that's being rendered to the baby is serious. So we advise who the initial stage now. That's when it's present in the eyes now say yeah. Oh yeah, cry if you rush the baby to the nearest hospital for treatment. The baby to treating you and how because sometimes there's exchange of blood transfusion to treat this yellowish eyes and skin. The second point is vomiting. The baby no banana office bebree kyɛn the normal. Wo sɛ wotumi ma baby aduane na wa me yɛka sɛ woma no aduane bi a woma ne nofo a da meka aduane a ɛyɛ nofo no woma ne nofo bi a na owie a na wabobɔ n'akyi ɔkɛsew a na kyerɛ sɛ wode no ato ɔkɛsew a na kyerɛ sɛ wamɛn yɛhu ne sɛ wafele belly ne up. But the thing is wobobɔ n'akyi no a obi wɔ a otumi fe ɛboro so a otumi fe excess no ho den ogu nsuo da sɛ ɛbɛyɛ a wɔkɔda hɔ a no aspirate and on film fan in and on and your baby in adults we call it diarrhea. You can see the vomiting above the normal. We advise that what the neighbor hospital and could treat the baby for ORS and my baby because we are advising on exclusive breastfeeding. So my and baby and show me say baby no me fear me no ORS and I'm not so many those that. You rush the baby to the hospital for the necessary treatment.
Okay, let me come in for the second point. Unlike first point now, because it's yellowish eye and skin, as a so deeper, you can take a step by say what in the with the vomiting,
the reason why we don't advise the mothers to render any care is say baby their dosage, their strength is different from that of adults. And an American. Maybe I wouldn't say, but you are causing harm. Maybe the liver and develop the organs like I say the immunity was there about new environment. So with this, we don't advise the mothers to treat it.
About time for you to move for say, who say obey fear. And no friend butterfly and a butterfly. I cry one for right? I just a butterfly baby. I cry neonates no. I don't say yeah comment section I can the right way try. Who be bisa Panico Hospital. The best way I'll be to me I am out banning say wouldn't be about hospital. Young Koyeni.
Actually about weak body movement and weak crying.
Okay.
You say Obano. Oba time beer nim said university.
Okay.
We have lazy babies, we have active babies. But what you say Obano or you lazy cry not to this extent. Why
Okay.
labo was what the whole one keka no ho baby cry because wo su cry strength enim on by na want as a shisha no ho no.
Mm,
That means there's something wrong with the baby. This one
okay.
we can't really pinpoint what is causing it. So we advise that one also you don't treat it in the house.
Okay.
Emma wa wonko ye ebi abadwen say ye kom obema na no for no still out me say on so mu kra ye ne movement ne activity ye we don't advise you treat it in the house.
Okay.
Rush the baby to the hospital.
That is weakness, right?
That's the third point. Weak body movement
Weak
and
body
weak crying.
movements. Okay. All right.
Obiara ne the way a ne ba no osi so a
Also,
no de
weak crying.
Yes.
Okay.
Obo se esu no onse ne papa bi ase hihye ne mu. What I say?
That's it.
Baby omusu ya we believe the lungs is fine we associate it. Na be ye wo baby fofo na wan su dia na midwife obiara ye mu hihye.
You're worried.
What I say? Because we believe that there's something wrong with the respiratory tract or something, the lungs
Okay.
and the. It's a baby ni sunu sa sa and na ho ade ne so tia. Canebra Hospital.
Sure.
That's what we advise.
Okay.
And the fourth point is stretching and convulsing. They will do babies are sensitive to sound, light, and movement.
Okay.
And on uncle. Be a pronoun kashima bonds were bobbing kaka. Be a wakasa, be a whatever, no room mukasa, most were bobbing kaka, and yan on the but to say Obana as sensing. Yes,
I was sensing.
yes.
Convulsion.
And I said, no, so. That's convulsion, yes. We advise you don't treat that one also. Most of them require the Benyakan won't treat you if you just rush the baby to us. Now you say the baby.
Okay.
Because it's better to prevent these occurrences. Chance of treating with fear now, beba. Now, just now,
Yeah.
so we
Okay.
advise when you see these things, you rush the baby to the hospital.
Hospital. Yeah.
And the fourth is diarrhea and blood in stool.
Okay.
Yeah, we baby fufa the least sometimes we record is about 6 times. It now by a no just say about people 6 times a day. By age an individual we ask.
Okay.
For the first month, you see say almost passes to we call it meconium and there or no me now or me where you from that's when they bring it out.
Okay.
Into who says too near dark and need to smell the crown and born yes.
So be who sana and tray.
I know the entire say if it's within the first 72 hours after birth now, because obu ha no enye obi azre me ka obi anin de we no
yeah, sure.
Nti se ohu we na eno no embo nye hwe eye nsuo ne ayi na ono no me no na ide wo pass the out system so it's okay. And you realize say woman no breast milk now if you are doing exclusive to you realize say still near yellowish kaka but and also embo eye non offensive and also the normal baby stool like the almost pass. But if the case you realize the baby is passing through, there's blood in it, moja and wasa fifi bebree most baby no ofe said the baby can cry and no ofe aduane na beto n'anum ma no ofe even without food the baby is still vomiting. This is something that cannot be treated in the house.
Okay.
Until we don't advise you to give any medicine to combat it. Canebra Hospital, for all you know, it could be internal. Maybe there's something happening within the baby. That's maybe here advanced technology. Wow. If you're a doctor for no be the you may lose your baby without your own knowledge. And we advise you bring the baby to the hospital. And the fifth point is too hot or cold to touch.
That has something to do with the temperature.
Yes.
Okay.
Baby, no matter mostly there is bonding between mothers and baby as you are breastfeeding, skin to skin contact. Once urbanity that was you feel how your baby is the temperature. And yes, baby, the more you are coming to contact with the baby, the differences in the body's temperature. And since you know urban why you know your baby's normal temperature. But don't start on her son alpha and no Sicilian wires. Anna, ultimate urban why you sometimes it's not per the environment. It means a damn even you the mother you can see. But a damn be windows. They say one man enough ventilation to at
Ventilation,
least you
sure.
expect the temperature to reduce. But
Yeah.
okay, you still a baby who
Kosoro.
the air and I say baby who you what do fine why you be here so you work about up but still baby who the air one of the danger don't stay in the house. Just go to the nearest hospital for treatment.
Okay,
And
good.
we have the seventh point. Umbilical cord is wet and smelly. A fuman, you can't like alcohol that. The fuman, a banner, your chairman, the phone, the obvious.
Okay.
A go how about hospital. Anti midwife, living your dad, she any action. Mammy, which are urban be a sleepy and a fuma. Even sometimes we advise that when the baby poo or baby, sometimes you, the mother, you can't tell. Won't say they are not one born of pampers, a cough, or which me the fuman share pampers.
Okay.
Johnson and moist night I can. We advise that even in those circumstances, or dress accordingly. But so quiet if your doctor for say, and yeah, did see a fuma, what's it when you come back? Mammy free, oh, for pestilence, far away from Kuto. And you realize that these things sometimes it works. It's not 100%.
Okay.
What may work for somebody may not work for you. Be an strength. Unkwaze ukoye bi when we say efumai na so discharge pass we call it pass or discharge a bone can just say
Wow.
the house and this thing is very very dangerous. We advise that when you see this rush to the hospital because efumani nyam free so a na dwuma eye enjoy.
Okay.
You see it has to dry up and tear off and dry up
Empty. Okay.
and bacteria and those fungi, those microorganisms, they like moist areas. Into the moment who say why conducive for them, they will rush and
They're
stay
being
there.
infected.
Yes. So it gets infected, you the mother. This one can cause so you can wait for it to meet the symptoms say baby you can start the count
Okay.
if not treated. Into the moment you see it, don't stay in the house. Rush to the hospital for treatment. Why are you not a tissa? What the hell, we better hospital.
Okay.
We don't want that. And we don't want to lose the baby also. And we have difficulty in breathing.
Crying to me.
Yes.
Okay.
Even adults, when you're cold, look at how stressful it is. Even you, the adults, you know, you have the knowledge that we are maybe made up a yika cry, Miss Marcia, and you say, a double. But the baby does not. That's it. Now, baby, you must. Most of them they will cry. They show their discomfort by crying.
Okay.
But when your baby or your labo or your lazy like me, what's that can and what to whom me in connected to a chiano whom you walk me indirect suicide. What I say. If you are lucky and the baby is breathing per the mouth, but you reason sound or you may hear certain sounds and the more who say baby no distress. About me oh my baby. I said, Nancy, and I'm in messy, so I would say, Mijana to work at me by and say, baby, I love you. You may not understand. That's why we say, don't stay in the house for long. Anyway, you know, baby, cold, you know, honeymoon, knife, so near ya. Just rush the baby to the hospital for treatment. Then we come to the last
That's
but
the last
one.
point. Last but one.
That's the last. Yes, thank you. The last point.
Okay.
Baby does not suck a baby not sucking breast well. Yes.
Okay.
Baby no on no food. We all thrive on food. Nipa bi ahia aduane for growth and development.
Sure.
Aduane no perform so many activities in our body. And it is a baby ni ndidi ya.
Okay.
So when you go to the house, sometimes it's not their fault. Maybe especially the new mothers no, you come. Over one breast milk name, baby no watching maybe 2 days, 3 days. Still our breast milk name,
Sure.
they tend to give up.
Mommy, no, you're about
No,
time.
the baby.
Oh, okay.
I only say oh yeah, yes. And it makes their feeding some I mean can say as a son or feeding. What the little breast in the class is one person
Okay.
because only the own food. So most mothers tend to do the artificial food.
Okay.
It is that thing no is even disturbing me the midwife because Emma exclusive me
Yeah.
because no mother will want the child to starve.
Okay.
So but what we do is we advise the mothers to take in diet Buama breast milk near the
Eba.
yes, we have so many of them. Obi timi in Katia, kenke, no the milk baby from for the SVD, or more ade or my by CS and certain foods there, the more mundi.
Okay.
That one there is understandable, but when you been a one other one who are doing a bit me a design and na. Yep, even though one pepper, me when you said a breast milk nearby, when you do that and the baby is not feeding well, where breast milk never baby in the year, it means there's underlying factor there. It's emanating.
Sure.
There will be to say baby not bread, but obu I was at yes and I'm than we tell them to expel it, not what wild man bottle no or something. They
Okay.
just used to the feeding bottle and other stuff. It's most of the sometimes spoon feeding. What the man there watch it. And not just a baby no the and I was a key. But this is the case, sir. Breast milk ba. What the man now want it. Maybe a wise spell it. Thinking say they are when you used to the maybe when you okay with the breast. Now they are money, but still a baby in India. That means there is something wrong. You have to rush the baby to the hospital.
Okay.
So these are the signs and symptoms that oh mommy and I sent training a mommy be a woman if I saw this nephew. Just come to the hospital for treatment. Because you may think sometimes we tend to think already a test, but
Yeah.
it may be a complication there and yet if you doctors may treat you. See, by the time I over hospital now if you are just you may think God has failed you or something, but then you'll be an it's your ignorance.
You may
Yes.
think God has failed you.
Some people think say be anyankopon na ba e bia na ade na no kra na na nka na say ade na anamona wo say wutu no antu no at the right time.
Okay.
Amara wa lusi wa de. So these are the things we advise that when you see nephew, please rush to the hospital for further treatment.
Okay, thank you very much. So I'll put these steps or these points on the screen so that you can go over them and how important they are. And I was so let me ask this question. Apart from say we book connection, or mobile so I'm trail mana.
Yes, we do it. Yet on discharge. Yeah, discharge my baby. And when they come for ANC also we do it. My many there was sure.
Okay.
Baby there was home. As I said, book way here because you use it from time of pregnancy till say baby been 5 years.
5 years.
They see I can't in a boom first near a separate book. See who say mothers. Eh be I can na book ni doors me who oh for baby the never na akofa ne dia ba. Eh be afa we dey what I say nyankopon ada wo ma ban na ka bibi abu. Enti bibi a kire wa adwene so a. Wo book ni mu a. O midwife number so wa. When filling the form, we give them. Here you can see.
Sure.
Name of midwife. The number so so. It is because it's important. Say there be a baby child wadu neswa. Obeti ma for midwife. Nwa busa no. Nti say midwife me hwe a. Na hu hia say beba hospital.
Okay. Obe catch us bra. Okay.
Nti that's why we say book we nya say ye dey ama okeke nti fa ko.
Nya ne fe green ne red nti. Akwa decoration.
But and every question, every baby or that kind won't see when you come for ANC, when you come for labor, and now go away na. I mean, say what upon yes, so bad. We are there for so many things. We are there as your friend. We are there as your nurse. We are there as your advisor or counselor. And never be doing it me. Whatever you want to discuss, you can discuss it with your midwife or doctor.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'm sure so we're educating my viewers so much. And if you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section. We will make sure say we will attend to that. Okay. So thank you once again. No, remember I was summarize everything. Then you advise them in summary form. Just you close and just advise them and tell them something. So or bad time be an obi our fair friend, obi a fin or person or air shower. A dear some now be catching as a midwife.
Okay, what's our advice? woyɛ ɔbaa na wofa afuru a ɛndi sorry to say but I'm not saying home tradition or is not good.
It's not good, sure.
But tete no deɛ na ɛyɛ adwuma ma yɛ maame ho no may not work for our system right now. But yes, it's what I advise is for your new mother, take your ANC serious. Because that's where you get to know all these things. Sometimes you may come to the labor ward when there's a complication na adwuma wɔ hɔ a when you say obi anya that, but when you come to ANC, that's when we do the serious education.
Okay.
And to take them well. And who maame no so when you say apomodin ye bɛka kyerɛ sɛ oh ye de ehia ye but obi ankwa ho hia ne nkyɛn de no. But yes.
Yeah.
So you take your health seriously and that of your child. Ana enema bi wɔ hɔ a me pa mo kyɛw. Don't stay in the house and say minister me oh maybe ade asa maybe my ade
Excuses.
yes. Don't be giving the unnecessary excuses. Even if you know say there and ade asa na e dey sika ni ho kra na call your midwife. We are all humans. You understand it. Maybe I say na ye me ba no the okay no photo na cho because sometimes we use this one to ask oh photo ah wo mo there or see maybe a man no want to brofo the baby ni da one na as wo so no ho oh okay and you say next year and I may board doctor man to be ba no kra no the doctor already knows your situation now you know better to say there because man we render human lives are more important than money. I always tell the parents obu ano de sikasemu yes
Excuses.
and see the baby ni wu a na onya sika ni wi abeye de obetwa koton kwa no but when you come to the hospital and the baby is being treated after that you can come and pay your bill for all you know that president kwa na wo man akwasa no so we advise that you take the
That's
health
very true.
of yourself and your kids and family serious na mo me susunya ye ho no doctors for no ye fie doctors for no we shouldn't rely on them the more
Okay.
because if you give a treatment that is not required exactly to transfer them for
that's true.
First year man be a do we ya kebeso because we can share me then the other adwuma man na ho adi sha afi na akọ operation na bibi sa hu say wa ma wo kana then wa na ma na kwasho so we advise that when you see these things no matter what just rush to the hospital we are humans whatever your case may be we may understand find a plan and just cure the baby of the sickness. Now we are all my men and because baby work and yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you once again. I want to say something small about this book. To Mr. Remu, this book said the midwife kind of 5 years. Keep it and make sure say you revisit it and I just can because it's very, very important. See, bye bye.
Bye.